Welcome on today's conversation on the future of work, where AI isn't just a buzzword, but a business driver. This is Lenovo Work Reborn, live in Orlando. Hey there, Tat. Thank you so much for coming by the Work Reborn podcast booth. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. We are interviewing leaders around the world about bringing new life to the modern workplace.
Yeah.
So we would love to interview you about just that. Do you mind telling our listeners a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yes. My name is Tat. I lead an IT organization in Cambridge, Massachusetts, in a drug discovery company.
So what does your day-to-day typically look like? Are you leading a team? Are you an expert working on your own? What does that look like for you?
I do a mix of both.
Okay.
So I am a semi-hands-on leader. With help to different parts of the IT organization, our data security team, as well as our data operations.
Awesome.
But I also help out from time to time as well.
Yeah, awesome. So I don't know if you know this, but we recently partnered with FIFA to, bring technology to the global stage in the tournament. And I thought before we got started in our conversation, I would ask you kind of a fun FIFA-themed icebreaker question. So Does that sound good? Okay.
Yes.
So if you had to bring on AI as a star athlete onto your team, what position would you put AI? Would it be a goalkeeper, a striker, or is it the coach?
I think at the moment, AI being a coach is probably a good position for a lot. There needs to be a lot of understanding of, what the team can do first before we actually venture into the journey.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that because in any successful sports team, the team is nothing without the plan, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's get into the main topic. We have different news coming out from at least this event, about what AI is really going to look like. Industries, they're ready to start being more, open to adopting it, but it's also going to change the workforce as well.
Yes.
So in your opinion, what emerging roles like prompt engineers, AI risk managers, or sustainability analysts, to name a few, what roles do you see joining your IT organization in the next 3 to 5 years?
I would say all of those.
Really?
So I do see prompt engineering being a skill. I don't know. I just don't know whether there is a specific role for that, but the skill set, prompt engineering, context engineering, all of those are important in what we do. The skill set that I think would be really helpful in our line of work, as well as many other business line of work, is the ability to break down our existing challenges into smaller, manageable pieces, and then figuring out how to connect AI solutions to solving those problems.
Tell me a little bit more about how you see that maybe implementation-wise in different verticals.
I think for our industry, we have to make use of both the old school discriminative AI in machine learning in categorizing things, as well as the Gen AI to help us with productivity, summarizing, getting knowledge faster. In our industry, I do think that we will continue investment in old tried and true machine learning, physics-based simulation, as well as Gen AI.
Let's talk a little bit about the future of work.
Yeah.
At Lenovo, we call it Work Reborn. What does that mean to you?
It resonates. It feels to me that a lot of the work that we do today will be very different in 3 to 5 years horizon. The stuff that I said before about breaking down things.
Right.
I do equate that to maybe when Henry Ford started breaking down, building of a car into assembly line, to maybe more focus instead of having a star team player carrying one problem from beginning to end, can we break those down into smaller, more manageable pieces?
Right.
And then allowing agentic AI to take control of and maybe make some low-risk decision in those areas where our star player would be overseeing an entire assembly line instead of one problem from beginning to end.
Right. Just like in the FIFA analogy, there's many team players and they all have specialized roles within the game, right? So you're seeing that specialization and maybe even personalization will be important.
100%. Yes.
What does personalization look like? Are you diving into that within your IT organization at all, whether it's for client or employee?
Right now, we have not, but I think it's an area that would be a huge opportunity for us with the AI solutions that we see today.
Yeah.
I can see being personal, like having a personalized experience as something that's just natural. Like you would be asking in a few years, why are we not doing that? Because the cost of offering personalized solution would improve your overall end user experience as well as engagement to the people. But on the back end, if anything, it would actually help you connect the right solution to our users faster. So you actually end up saving as well.
So you're not only empowering your team, but you're also increasing productivity as well by doing that, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that in our report
Definitely.
results as well too. So
Yeah.
well, we really appreciate you coming by our podcast with Tat. It's been fun hanging out with you. If you're interested in downloading the report, or anyone else is interested in downloading the Lenovo Work Reborn report, make sure you download it via the link in the description or the QR code on the screen. And make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to the podcast to stay tuned on all of the amazing ways Lenovo is bringing new life to the modern workplace. And that's a wrap. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us live in Orlando for this amazing episode of Work Reborn. I've been your host, Rita Risha, and it's been a pleasure to bring you insightful conversations from around the world, especially at this event, on how we are bringing new life to the modern workplace. If you enjoyed this episode and you want to stay tuned on more ways that we are doing just that, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe our channel, and download a copy of the Work Reborn report today. Lenovo.